You caused a real stir recently by saying, unlike most big financiers and Wall Street players in the United States, saying that actually the message coming from Occupy Wall Street, the fundamental rejection of many of the values of aggressive capitalism that we've seen, you said that was a message that everybody in the United States needed to listen to and to heed and think carefully about. Why did you say that?
Because whenever I look around the world, there are social movements. It's not just in the US, it is in Britain, it is in Spain, it is in Italy, it's in the Arab world. It's all over. And the reason why is because we've had an incredible increase in income and wealth inequality. And no system can operate well when there's a sense that it is not fair. And right now the perception is the system is not fair. In particular, the system privatized massive gains in the run-up to the 2008 crisis and then socialized massive losses. These losses were socialized on the promise that this was needed for growth and employment, and neither has materialized at any scale that is sufficient. So we have a perception that the system is unfair, and we have to deal with that perception rather than ignore it, because the more we ignore it, the more that social discontent will increase.
I want to be clear about what you're saying. You're saying that you, Mohamed El-Erian, now have concluded that capitalism in its current guise in the United States and Western Europe is unfair and unsustainable. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think we were on, if you like, a motorway where we lifted the speed limits without realizing that the vehicles that are on this motorway cannot drive at that speed. And therefore, we have to recalibrate the whole motorway if we are to avoid accidents. And I think that there's a recognition that we went too far. We went too far in this great age. Great not in the sense of wonderful, great in the sense of too far. This great age of credit, of debt, and of credit entitlement. And now we have to deal with the consequences.
I can't help wondering what your clients make of this new message coming from you. You deal with some of the richest individuals and corporate clients in the world. They pay you to look after their money and maximize their return. Your most famous fund is your Total Return Fund, which you say, by and large, can deliver profits for your clients in good times and bad. Are you suggesting that you've been part of a fundamentally flawed system? Are you going to stop doing what you've been doing for the last few years?
Now, we operate in this system. So we said, given the system, we operate, and what we aim to do is deliver returns and manage risk. And we do this because people trust us with their pensions, with their retirement funds, with their investments. Now, in doing so, we take a view on what is likely to happen. And we invest on the basis of what's likely to happen. We also discuss what should happen. We don't invest on the basis of what should happen because we don't control outcomes. We are part of this global system. So you've been asking me about what should happen, and we invest on the basis of what's likely to happen. In a perfect world, the two converge, but we don't kid ourselves. We don't have that power. Okay, that power lies in the hands of the policymakers, and we just operate like everybody else in a world that we must understand in order to navigate well for our clients.
Well, a final quick thought then. I began by asking you about pressure. Let me end by asking about control. Do you feel more helpless today doing your job than you've ever felt before?
I feel that every morning something will happen that will disrupt markets and we're going to have to react to. I feel that we're living in a world that's incredibly volatile, a world full of unthinkables. You know, we used to keep a list of unthinkables. Now we just do it every quarter because there's been so many unthinkables. So we live in a very uncertain world. We live in a very unsettled world. But that is the reality that we all are living in today.
Mohamed El-Erian, the only certainty is we have to end there. But thank you very much indeed for joining us from California.